Hey everyone, this is Prime. Thank you for tuning in for another exciting episode of Value Village Part 2, which I'll be showing toys from the 2000s, the 90s, and the 80s. That I'm going to show you that I got from Value Village. He comes from, he was released in 2004 by Hasbro from the Star Wars, the original trilogy collection, Darth Vader. That is just my impression of, Darth Vader breathing through his mask. Darth Vader, he is the most iconic villain, and I would say probably science fiction history. He is the biggest villain in Star Wars. If you don't know who Darth Vader is, you've been living under a rock from since 1977. The toy here, he pretty much came with everything you see here, other than he came with a lightsaber, the traditional red lightsaber he had in the movies. As you can see, he looks pretty much identical to the original trilogy, as this is part of the original trilogy toy line from 2004 that Hasbro reproduced. And if you're not familiar with Star Wars at all, Darth Vader, his original name was Anakin Skywalker, and he was in the Star Wars lore. He was the chosen one. The Force. The Force is like basically if the Force is almost like a cosmic or a spiritual entity. There's good and bad. So depending on your religion, if you're religious, it symbolizes good and evil, right? Anyway, but in Star Wars, people can make their own decisions, as in real life. And anyway, so he was born, and there's in the Star Wars lore and the prequel trilogy that he was the chosen one, and he was gifted with, he could make all kinds of mechanical items when he was a kid. That's where he created R2-D2 and C-3PO. So anyway, in episode 3, when Anakin chose the dark side, he had a big battle between Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then he got brutally damaged from that fight. And the dark side, the Sith, they found him and they created this suit to keep him alive, and that's why he breathes like that. Something like that, right? So, yeah, Darth Vader. A Star Wars collection isn't complete without Darth Vader. Yeah. Toy number 2 comes from the Marvel Cinematic Universe from Hasbro from the year 2010. From the toy line Thor, Mighty Avenger, Thor, Power Blaster. And while looking at the toy there, you're going to say, oh, well, he looks like a G.I. Joe, right? Well, I mean, he does look like a G.I. Joe. I'm not going to lie. It's true, he does look like a G.I. Joe, but Hasbro also created G.I. Joe, so I guess they wanted to do a more of a G.I. Joe look for the toy. The toy originally came with, if you see here on the sides there, it looks like it's broken off. There's something that would go there. They're like kind of like guns, I think. I'm not sure why Thor would need guns, but it's like Asgardian technology, I'm guessing, because it shoots like these blue missiles. So I'm guessing they're supposed to be like wind or something. And he's also missing, I don't have his hammer. He came with his famous hammer, because Thor isn't Thor without his hammer, right? It's part of who he is, right? you know. So yeah, Thor Power Blaster. Pretty cool. I never had a Thor toy before growing up, so I was like, yeah, why not? First, I thought he was a G.I. Joe when I first picked him up because, you know, he doesn't have his hammer, right? A little bit about Thor. He's been in 4 Thor movies. Thor the Dark World, Thor Ragnarok, and Thor Love and Thunder. If you're a Marvel fan, you would be familiar with these movies, and he's been in all 4 Avenger movies as well. Avengers, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, and Endgame. So he's very popular, and he's also in the comics. Was a founding member of the Avengers, who was also created by the famous creator Stan Lee. So yeah, Thor, he's awesome.
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
Toy 3 and 4. Yes, I'm going to do both of them at the same time. I'm not quite sure the year or the manufacturer or even which toy line. They are kind of like a dollar store knockoff or the knockoff. They're these 2 ninjas I got at Value Village. Look kind of cool at the time. They're made in China. I tried to do a search online for them to see if I could find any information on them. No luck whatsoever. So if you actually know what toys they are, what year or the make, please feel free to comment in the comment section below. I love to hear what your thoughts are on these 2 ninjas. And yeah, they're great. They look good on my shelf. Toy number 5 also comes from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, from Hasbro, from the year 2010. Iron Man. He comes from the Iron Man 2 comic series toy line. He comes with clip snap-on blasters. They would fit on the arms there. Yeah, he does also look like he's the same size as like a G.I. Joe. I guess that year Hasbro wanted to do more looking G.I. Joes than actual action figures, but yeah, that's cool. I mean, I did have Iron Man growing up as a kid. When I do find them in the house that we're cleaning out through, I'll add them to another video for Epic Treasures. But yeah, Iron Man, as you know, he's Marvel. He was created by Stan Lee back in the 60s, and he was also, like Thor, a founding member of the Avengers. In the movies, he's had 3 movies, Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. And then he's been in multiple other movies within the MCU, including all 4 Avenger movies, Spider-Man Homecoming, and, well, I guess a bit of Spider-Man No Way Home after he died. Sorry to spoil if anybody here hasn't seen it. But yeah, if you haven't seen any of the MCU movies, go and watch them. But yeah, Iron Man from Iron Man 2, the comic book series. Also, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, besides the snap-on blasters, he also comes with a comic book in the original toy, which you don't have. But you can see the picture on the screen. And yeah, Iron Man. Toy number 6 comes from Hasbro from the year 2016. Falcon from Marvel. You can see this Falcon here. Falcon, if you're familiar with the movies, he's in a black costume played by, his secret identity is Sam Wilson, played by Anthony Mackie. You're like, but he's red and white, what's with that? In the comics, he was actually red and white. And he also had a little bird, a red bird on his shoulder that he would use. He is his partner, basically. And in the movies, they actually brought the bird into it, but they made the bird a robot instead of a real bird, right? But yeah, Falcon. This toy is part of the same toy set as the Incredible Hulk and Ant-Man from my previous video. As you can see on the screen, another picture of the actual box set. I got him, like I said, this video is all about Value Village, so I got him at Value Village. He's, Falcon. He can't obviously fly in the toy because, you know, he's a toy. But yeah, he in the comics, and there was a cartoon show in the late 90s called Avengers, which was based off of the New Avengers, so it wasn't just based off Cap, Thor, and Iron Man. They were hardly in it. They were like the founding members, and so the show was led by Ant-Man the Wasp, but Falcon was one of the members on the team there. And yeah, Falcon doesn't disappoint.
It's really important to me that Cap never finds out about this.
Toy number 7 comes also from Hasbro from the year 2009, from the toy line Marvel Universe Fury Files, and his main punchline, I guess you say, what he would say all the time when he's ready to take down bad guys. It's clobbering time, the Thing. He is 1/4 of the Fantastic Four. He has been in a couple of different Fantastic Four movies. He's been in the most recent one a little while ago, which was a reboot, which did horribly. I didn't really like that version. Like, he didn't have any pants or anything in that. And I don't know, just kind of dark, and Fantastic Four is usually more lighter characters. Though they did do Doctor Doom good on that, I gotta say about that. Then they made, earlier on, they made Fantastic Four and Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer, which I don't know, some people didn't like, some people liked. I personally liked the first one. I thought it was pretty true for the most part to the original Fantastic Four from the comics, other than the origin story for Doctor Doom and the Fantastic Four was a little bit different. Well, actually, Doctor Doom was a lot different, but I still liked it. And it had the feel from the comics. It was a bit more cheesier, but it was more lighthearted. It wasn't dark as like Batman or anything like that. But I quite enjoyed it. And there was a TV movie previous that I never actually saw. I remember reading online. It didn't look that great. The Thing looked horrible from pictures that I saw, which you can see on the screen. You can agree with me there. But yeah, so this toy of the Thing, if you can see here, there's a little bit of color distortion in the legs there, which I believe, I don't think that was there before. But yeah, the Thing, blue-eyed Thing, he doesn't disappoint. It's clobbering time.
You must end the menace of Galactus forever.
Nuts, and I wanted the weekend off.
Toy number 8 also comes from the Fantastic Four. He's another quarter member of the Fantastic Four. He comes from the year 1996. He is known for Flame On, the Human Torch. Yeah, so he, like I said, he is a McDonald's toy. Actually, I know, I got him at Value Village, but I had to look him up because I wasn't quite sure which toy line he was from, and I had a hard time finding him. And I was like, okay, well, let me just try McDonald's, and boom, I found him. It was a toy set that you could get at McDonald's. That was him, and then the Incredible Hulk, the Hulk look very from the cartoon or from the comics. Yeah, he is in good shape. Nothing's really bendable other than he can move his torso around. But it's a McDonald's toy. I don't expect much from McDonald's. And in the movies, he was actually played by Chris Evans, who later became Captain America in the MCU. And I just talked about the movies there for the Fantastic Four. So if you want to just go back, you can watch it there. But yeah, the Human Torch. Flame on! Toy number 9 comes from a galaxy far, far away from Hasbro. I'm not sure what the year was. It didn't say on the toy, and looking up, I couldn't find the exact toy. R2-D2. Now R2-D2 here, as I did mention him before, he's one of the original characters. He's been around since Darth Vader and Anakin was a boy in the prequel trilogy, and then obviously the original trilogy. He's also in the Clone Wars, and he's in a little bit in the sequel trilogy, but definitely mainly in the first 2 trilogies and the Clone Wars. I'm guessing, if I had to guess, I'm guessing he is from this toy is from the Clone Wars. I'm guessing. I couldn't find him to be for sure, but if you think you know, please let me know in the comments below. So I know. Yeah, I saw him in Value Village, and I was like, man, I need an R2-D2. So yeah, R2-D2. Toy number 10 comes from the year 1994 by toy manufacturer Playmates. The character is Maul. And you're like, who the heck is that guy? It's not the Hulk, or because he's green and purple. He is from the Wildcats toy line, which also had a TV series. I got him at Value Village, not knowing. I didn't really follow Wildcats. Like, I heard of them, but never had any toys growing up or never watched a show. In the 90s, there was also a cartoon show called Wildcats, and he was on there. He's actually a good guy. He looks like a bad guy, but he's actually a good guy. A little backstory with the source material. Wildcats was produced by a comic book company called Wildstorm, which then got bought out by DC Comics, so technically he is a DC character. He's never been in any movies other than the cartoon show from the 90s. And yeah, so a little bit about the back card story. Maul is a half-breed. He's half-human, half-alien called the Curibim. I apologize for any Wildstorm fans out there if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Yeah, so he's a half-breed. He's part human, part alien, which is called Curibim. And he grew up. He was a farm boy, a country farm boy. And when he was 17 years old, by the way, his name is Jeremy Stone. And when he was 17, he was recruited into the Wildcats organization, and they were able to unlock his Caribbean alien side, which manifested powers, and which turned him into this guy. And he's kind of like the Hulk a bit, because the more the matter he gets, or the stronger the more he fights, the more stronger he gets. So my understanding is that sometimes it's hard to control how fierce, how strong he gets, depending on who he's fighting, basically there. you don't want to mess with him if you're in a dark alley or if you're a bad guy. He does come with, as you can see here, he has like this claw. He's supposed to have 2 claws, right? He also comes with a crowbar and I believe it's power gloves. You can see it on the screen there, what he actually came with. But yeah, he was a cool find. I've never had any Wildcats toys. Never actually watched the show, so I'm kind of interested in checking it out. It looks, the cartoon, the animation style looks similar to like the Marvel shows back in the 90s there. So yeah, Playmates, first time having a Playmate toy from the Playmate brand. Yeah, Maul. Toy number 11 comes from the year 1988. He is from Series 5 of Hasbro's Transformers Generation 1. His name is... Yes, he looks like a shark with legs. His name is Overbite. Yeah, sometimes I like to be dramatic. Yeah, Overbite, he is from the Decepticon team called the C.A.T.S, which they all they transform into water-related creatures, and they can form into a giant called Piranacon, kind of like piranha, but you know, Piranacon. You can see a picture of on the screen what he looks like. So yeah, he's missing his 2 pink claws, and he also came with a gun that I don't have. This is how he got him at Valley Village, and you can see on the fin there, that is Decepticon. Not sure you can see that or not. The lighting isn't great here today, but I apologize for that. But let me transform him. He's pretty easy to transform. His head, if we move his mouth up, his head becomes the feet. I'll just show you. Hopefully you can see it. Like that. And then the tail comes out. And then see, there's his head there. And then the legs pop out like that, so he has some height to him. And then his hands just come out. His animal legs are his arms, and there's his fist there, and same with here as well. And voila, you got Overbite in robot mode. And then yeah, and then as like all the other combiner transformers I've talked about in the past videos, his head would connect into the main part of Piranacon. So he is definitely either like an arm. You can see on the screen there what he looks like. But yeah, I love Transformers, as you can tell by the channel. And I just want to thank you for tuning in. And just remember, if you find vintage toys or toys that you like, collectibles, just remember, that's just Prawn.